Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Swami Jyotirmayananda Society, a journey to self-realization. Please subscribe for the mystical meanings and to enjoy daily satsang. We are currently exploring Srimad Bhagavad Gita, commentaries by Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. We are currently on chapter 5 and today we are starting chapter number shloka number 15, chapter 5. Lord Krishna continues to guide Arjuna the subtle differences between action and renunciation. Nadate kasyachit papam na chaiva sukritam vibhuhu ajnanenavritam jnanam tena muyanti jantavaha. The all-pervading divinity does not take into account the sin or the virtue of anyone. It is because knowledge is veiled by ignorance that individual souls are deluded. So, ignorance, lack of knowledge, is the one that keeps us bound to the cycle of life and death. So, uh, sin and good actions, they are all karmas. So many people do charity work, they go to the temples, they do good things, and yet there are other people who are cheating others, doing things. So the divine law continues to operate, and because the real knowledge is veiled by ignorance, they think whatever they see in the world is real, and so what if I cheat others and I get successful? At least I am, leading a good life. I don't know if I'm going to be born again. That's their logic. And so, therefore, they create all these karmas and they are bound by the painful consequences. And those who do good results they benefit from it, because karma is like a seed that will germinate. Now, the question is it a mango seed or is it a thorn? If it's a thorn, what do you expect? It thorns will only come out of it, cactus. And if it is a mango tree, mango seed, then a mango will emerge out of it. So this is the law of divinity, and this is where God is saying, because the individual souls are deluded, they constantly make this error, thinking this is it, lead a materialistic life, but they make, that's a grave error. Every action is counted, and the divine energy, you can call God or consciousness, that is watching even our thoughts. Whatever we think is being recorded, what to speak of actions that we actually do. Therefore, having pure thoughts is important. Moving on to Shloka 16. Jnanena tu tadjnanam yesham nashitamatmanaha teshamaditya vajnanam prakashayati tatparam. For those whose ignorance has been destroyed by the knowledge of the self, wisdom shines forth like the sun, revealing the reality of the transcendental self. So, this is a beautiful shloka and gives you a great hope for those aspirants who are sincerely working for self realization and trying to achieve this. For they then have removed the veil of ignorance. That veil is destroyed through divine grace, through the self effort of the sadhak who has been working so tirelessly on this path. So once that happens, then wisdom shines forth like the sun, revealing the reality. And as soon as the sun shines, what happens? All the darkness vanishes. There is no more darkness. In a dark night, the first ray of the sun creates light, and when the sun shines in its glory, then it heats everything up also. So that is the beauty of the self within us, the transcendental self, and at that point all ignorance is removed. Till then, though, we have to continue our effort and continue to purify ourselves. So shloka number 17. God continues, Tad Buddha Yastadatmanasta Nishtasta Tatparayanaha Gachyanta Punaravrittim Jnana Nirdhuta Kalmashaha. Those who have their intellect centered in the self and who are supremely devoted to the self, they destroy all sins by knowledge and attain that state of liberation from where there is no return to the world process of repeated birth and death. So, here God is again guiding us and showing us the glory of Satsanga, which is what we are doing currently. You and me, we are listening and guiding, taking these scriptures and revealing the mystic secrets. And then here God says, those aspirants who by their constant effort have finally unveiled the layers of ignorance, then they destroy all sins by their self effort, jnana, knowledge. Therefore, this is called Jnana Yagya. Therefore, our Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj, has guided us to use our life in every living moment for disseminating spiritual knowledge, guiding others, helping others with whatever we know. So that is the best way to attain liberation. Jnana Yajna. Jnana means knowledge, and Yajna is when it's done in a selfless manner. Otherwise, it is Jnana only. If there is a fee involved and there is a big criteria and this and that, the worldly way. This is not the worldly way. This is the compassionate, loving way of sharing knowledge with others. And that is what is called sincerely walking on the holy path. Moving on to the next shloka, God says, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Shuchi Chaiva Shwapake Cha Panditaha Samadarshinaha. So here God says, enlightened sages behold the same self in Brahman who are endowed with knowledge and humility as in cows and elephants or even dogs and outcasts. So here God is using different examples. One are Brahmins. Brahmins are the people who come do prayers and who are knowers of the divine Vedas and the knowledge. So they are revered and respected. Then there are others such as cows, animals, cows, elephants, dogs, and other downtrodden people, outcast people. So here God is saying the people who are enlightened, they see the same self in everybody. They will see the same atman or consciousness in a dog, in a brahman, in an elephant, etc., and a shudra, outcast. But here we have to understand that practical realities don't change. So you will, like you prostrate to the brahman, you will not prostrate to the dog now going forward, since that has the self and this has the self. So you continue with your practical realities, but inwardly you see everything as God's Maya. You don't hate anybody and you see the self in everybody. This is important that we understand the deeper meaning. Otherwise, literally, people get confused when they read these shlokas because they are mystical, they have deeper meanings, and that is why we need proper guidance of teachers, enlightened masters, somebody who has the experience to explore the mysteries and give you the cream of the essence. That is the important thing here. So then God continues on the next shloka, shloka number 19. इहैव तैर्जितः सर्गो येषां साम्ये स्थितं मनः निर्दोषं हि समं ब्रह्म तस्माद् ब्रह्मणि ते स्थिताः. Even in this life, the world is conquered by those whose mind is established in equality and equanimity. Brahman is free from defects and is the embodiment of equality, therefore become established in Brahman. So, this guidance is being given by God that let us go and be established in the self. See everything with a sense of equality and equanimity, just like we discussed in the previous shloka. Don't find faults or defects in anybody, and just people who are established in Brahman, they see the self in themselves and in everything else also. Moving on to shloka 20. Na prahrishyet priyam prapya, na dvejet prapya cha priyam, sthira buddhir sammudo, brahmavid brahmani sthitaha. The knower of Brahman has a firm intellect, is free from illusions, and is ever established in Brahman. He neither rejoices when he acquires what is desirable, nor is he agitated when he encounters something undesirable. So, one unmistakable characteristic you will see in all enlightened people is that they have firmly established themselves into the consciousness. So, therefore, they see um equanimity in everything, and they therefore are not excited upon getting things or get sad when they lose things. Why? Because they see this whole world, their body, mind, intellect, they see everything as transient anyway. They see it all as a passing phase. So, but to get to that stage, it takes effort, and then through God's blessings and through Guru's grace, the wisdom and knowledge dawns. But this is what God is saying, that the knower of intellect, meaning a self realized sage, is firmly established in Brahman, and therefore there is no illusion. So, with this, we conclude the satsang for today, and we will start with shloka number 21 in tomorrow's satsanga. Hari Om Tat Sat.